The 2019 legislative session has wrapped up. Lawmakers worked to wrap up the state's budget. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian and Mike Dennison have a recap of the final day from the Capitol.
Thank you. We're here at the Capitol on what's turned out to be the last day of the 2019 legislative session. Both houses of the legislature adjourned earlier today. Mike Dennison, what can you tell us about how this final day went?
Well, the things they were looking at most closely was wrapping up the budget, of course, and there's two big issues hanging out there, preschool funding and language to try to encourage a sale of a portion of Colstrip to Northwestern Energy. Those latter two things did not make it into any bill. They essentially died. They couldn't work out a deal, but they did pass the final budget, and they did pass a few pieces of the budget to round out the day, and they also passed a bill to raise the bed tax to help pay for the new $48 million Heritage Center here in Helena.
Okay, all through the session, some of the big issues that we've been talking about have been Medicaid expansion and infrastructure funding. What can you tell us about where those issues stood at the end of the session?
Well, today, and of course in the last week or so, those weren't that much of a discussion because they took care of them last week. Medicaid expansion, it passed, and it continues the program with some tweaks, but there's still going to be 80 to 90,000 low-income Montanans on the program getting health care, government-funded health care. And we also had infrastructure passing for the first time with the bonding bill. But in addition to that, we had almost $1 billion plus of other infrastructure, so that's a huge investment in the state.
Okay. And obviously the Republican majority in the legislature also has some other bills on some other subjects that they're proud of. What can you tell us about that?
You're correct. There's also the Medicaid expansion and the infrastructure is primarily a Democratic and governor's thing that they were very proud of, but Republicans also had things like a tax abatement to increase broadband in rural Montana, another bill to help businesses hire more people. These are things they hope the governor will sign.
Okay. Well, it's obviously been a very hectic and sometimes complicated session, but we'll have a full look at it later on this evening. We're here at the Capitol. I'm Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
And I'm Mike Dennison, MTN News.